Bitcoin fam to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as we recaptured 62 G's, baby. We'll also be discussing the number of crypto ATMs installed nears an all-time high record. That's what's up. As well as the SEC Sues Consensys claims the blockchain tech company acted as an unregistered securities broker via MetaMask, the wallet. We'll also be discussing Julian Assange now that he is free and what he believes about Bitcoin, as well as breaking news. Dell seriously considering Bitcoin. I'll be sharing the latest proof. In fact, some believe he's already smashed by a tremendous amount of Bitcoin and can be Mr. 100. We'll also be discussing digital scarcity. Of course, with BTC, rich dad Robert Kiyosaki cautions against the Bitcoin ETFs and prefers owning real Bitcoin and projects Bitcoin to reach a staggering $350,000 per coin by August this year, 2024. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. Welcome, crypto fan. What to do? Make some noise for everyone in the chat. It's a beautiful thing to see Bitcoin recaptured 62. We have been up bumping Bitcoin up a G note on the day. Make some noise to that. And shout out to all the moderators. Shout out to all the members and everyone supporting the channel. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. If everyone can repost this and spread the word and let the fam know we're going to be live for the next couple of hours, is greatly appreciated.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day, maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Welcome, Bitcoin fam, and happy Sunday fun day. Church is in session. I'm going to be preaching the Holy Gospel of Satoshi for the next couple of hours. Appreciate everyone interacting, as this is a live and interactive show, first and foremost. And if you want to interact in the chat, I encourage you to visit the YouTube channel. It's cryptonewsalerts.net. That's the direct link. You also notice a live poll up. Guys, let me know what your favorite Bitcoin song from the channel is. It's greatly appreciated. Massive congratulations to Chandy. Her channel just smashed 10,500 subs. And I swear yesterday was like 6,000. So that means she got like 4,000 subs in a single day. And we called it. We spoke it into existence because that was the goal for yesterday. I said, let's get Chandy's channel to 10,000 subs. And you guys did it. So congratulations. We greatly appreciate it. And show her some support. If you're new, if you're not subscribed, that is the #1 Bitcoin music channel, hands down. And if you don't know, now you know. And in fact, she just produced a brand new jammy jam called Bitcoin Hillbillies. How many of you remember the Beverly Hillbillies? Well, this is a play off of that. Enjoy it.
Lordy, lordy, another Bitcoin story. Fiddle-dee, bitty, BTG, my family, listen up. Fun up, moon up, bitty, hilly, billy up. Whoop, whoop, hilly, billy, Bitcoin up. Come and listen to my story about a man named Jed. A poor mountaineer, barely kept his family fed. And then one day, he was working overtime for his food. And up through the web came a biddy that was destined for the moon.
Crypto it is, digital gold, Bitcoin. Hillbilly, get rich now. Y'all hearing me? Sure enough.
Well, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. Kimpo said,
Jed, buy fiat and get out of the crypto sphere.
They said fiat is the place you ought to be. So Jed didn't listen to the hype and loaded up with more Satoshis. Fiddle-dee-dee, well I'll be. And then he moved his family to El Salvador in a hurry. Bitcoin land, that is swimming pool. Steady 5th level, hilly billy go. Well, now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back again to this locality to have a heaping helping of stories like they shared with JB.
Jed, Granny, Ellie, May, and Jethro, your choice to get rich is dope. Gave yourselves hope, that's so hilly billy dope. Whoop-de-doo. Crypto news that is hillbilly style. Take your shoes off. Y'all come back now. You hear?
By golly. Whoop-de-doo. Fiddle-dee-dee, Bitcoin me.
Gotta Gotta love it. Let me know your feedback, family. That's a fun one. Shout out Crypto Cologne, Sub JV here from Boston. Stacking the BTC. Church is in session. Amen, Devon. Pleasure to see you. Pray to Satoshi. That's right. Bitcoin is God hacking humanity. You already know. Shout out Molly, the rest of the fam just joining us. Shout out to all the members of the channel. If everyone could repost this, spread the word. We have a jam-packed session for you as we do each and every day. Melda the Gray in the building. Bitcoin Hillbillies, yo, are so much fun, right? Oh my God, so cute. Love it. We appreciate the feedback, Molly. Shout out Chew White 13. We appreciate the sub to the channel. Already 128x. That's what's up. We're climbing. Love the new song, says Cowbit. What's her channel? It is Chandy 10 Music. And if you want to drop the direct link, Chandy or anyone directly to the channel, everyone will subscribe. Right now, let's get her to 20,000 subs. That's going to be her next major milestone. So let's make it happen, Captain. Highlander, hi from Scotland. Shout out Scotland. Also, fam, I do have a secondary channel, my Clips channel. I encourage you to sub there too. It's clips.cryptonewsalerts.net. It's a secondary channel, so if something ever happened to this channel, we do have a backup on the tube, but it's focused primarily only on shorts and clips. So if you like short format content, that's the channel for you, as this channel is all long format, FYI. The premieres are typically 30 minutes, and these lives that we do each and every day are 2 hours. That's right. Great song, says RL. So there you go. Another fire track, Chandy. Crypto Surge. Chandela killing the game. I know, but so cute. Oh, bam. JB just called the 20K. Why not? We double up. Double up. That's what it's all about. Doubling up. We'll speak it into existence. Watch. That's how the law of attraction works. You just got to have faith and walk in that faith and take the action to make it happen. I have full faith in your music and appreciate it. So thanks for all the epic content, the original content. John Foster Crypto, what it do? Welcome everyone just joining the stream. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to dive right in. If you're new to the channel, very important to smash those likes, subscribe, hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications, and please repost this over on X. Today is pod episode number 1686. I'm your host, JV. It's June 30th, 2024, the final day of the month. That's right. We're going to get a June monthly close on the Bitcoin charts. We'll be checking out some of the live Bitcoin price action. Bitcoin's up pumping. We recaptured 62 Gs. Let's celebrate. Pump the likes, repost, spread the word. Church is in session. I'll be preaching the Holy Gospel of Satoshi for the next couple of hours. Let's dive right in, family. Kicking it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. It's a beautiful thing to see the market back in the green. It's about time, eh? Bitcoin back above 62. And I'm projecting into the future. Soon enough, we'll be back above 70. Re-enter, price discovery, new all-time high. Send it. We have Ether trading back above 3,400. We have XRP in the green, Solana in the green, while Tron and Cardano correcting and in the red. And checking out the coin market cap, we can see there's currently a 2.29 trillion market cap. We have the Bitcoin market cap. That's the crypto market cap. The Bitcoin market cap itself is 1.2 trillion. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours. We got ENS, we got Near, we got Phantom, we got Ondo, we got Render, we got Athena. Which alts, fam, if any, are you most bullish on for this particular bull? Holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get a visual perspective on the daily. Finally, we flipped from 95% red to 95% green. Hallelujah. And on Sunday, family, that's just the way it is. Weekend pumpage. Let's go. And zoom it out on the monthly to get a broader perspective. Unfortunately, on a monthly scale, 95% of the market bleeding still and in the red, but we making a comeback. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index today, we're a 47 neutral. Yesterday, a 30 in fear. Last week, a 55, and last month, a 73. And what I mentioned yesterday, I love this data from the fear and greed index, because the lower the number, but the more likely of a pump. And lo and behold, we hit a 30 yesterday, the lowest we've seen in a minute, and we just got a pretty decent pump. So let's freaking go. Pump it up. And yeah, so welcome everyone just joining the stream. What it do? Don't be a stranger. Please do interact, as this is a live and interactive show. My first question for y'all, where are you tuned in from? Let me know what part of the world. I'll give you a shout out. Let's get it. How many alts? There's several million, Devon, and that's not an exaggeration. There's millions of alts, because any one of you can create an altcoin within 5 minutes. virtually for free. It's easy to do so. So if Nipsey wanted his own coin, in like 2 minutes, he can set that up with the help of a human, just saying. Fear equals the FOMO incoming. Amen. Amen. What up? Shout out JBZ. What it do? Shout out Greg. Ahoy, shipmate. Shout out to Steve M, all the mods, all the members. We appreciate you, family. Let me know what you think of the new hat. I rocked another new hat for Bitcoin Country, El Salvador yesterday. Rocking this new one. This is my favorite one because it's an Adidas cap. It fits my head the best. I love the fit. I love the blue. In fact, I just got back from the mall. We went to the doggy shop, and Nipsey got a new collar, the blue, to match this hat, and he got a new leash, just a whole new setup. The only thing they didn't have was the matching bow tie, which upset me a little bit because that would have looked very cute on him, but he has all the rest. 7 milli, what the frick? That's a crazy. Yeah, yo, there's like 7 million Pepe coins, for Christ's sake. Ish coins, 100%. Alt equals gambling, says Track. What up, Cowbit? Massachusetts in the building, representing. Appreciate your family. Antonio, what it do? We gonna pump tomorrow. Speaking of the pump,
Pump, pump, pump, pump, pump, pump, pump, pump it up. Pump, 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 pump it up.
pump that mofo up. Want to know why?
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
They not like us, not even remotely close, just the saying. And happy 62 G's, family.
Bitcoin, 60 G's, 60 G's. Buying opportunity for fifth level sexy G's. What do you think, JV? By the biddy, who cares about a roaring kitty? A boring kitty, not me. I'm for the big T. I'm for the Nippinator. I'm for Nipsey.
Shout out to Nipsey in the back. He's the sidekick. He is the man of the hour. And I appreciate the love on the hats. Shout out Sergio. He's the one who hooked up the original Bukele hat, and he's created all of these. These are originals. You can find his website. I believe it's bitcoincaps.net. And they're good deals. They fit great. They're great hats. I just bought 4. Well, actually, I didn't buy them. I'll keep it 100. He sent them to me, so I am plugging him to show some respect and pay it forward. So if you guys are looking for a really cool El Salvador original hat, be sure to check out bitcoincaps.net, and Sergio will hook it up. What's the second best coin? I mean, that's a great question for Michael Saylor.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied.
FYI, they do have orange caps as well. I do got an orange cap, but I like this blue because this is the El Salvador colors of the flag. We got to represent.
I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right?
That's what's up. I know Chandy just ordered the same hat. I'm looking forward to seeing some photos with you in it. JV and his co-host, the Nippinator, MFDD, you nailed it. Did the Dell guy just buy the biddies? Well, there was a massive buy. It wasn't announced who it is, but it could be him. It was like $500 million Bitcoin buy or something. And he just sold, I think, like $1.5 billion worth of Dell stock, which is an indicator that that could be him moving into Bitcoin. So we're going to be discussing that here shortly. Welcome, everybody. Wall Street's trying to make Bitcoin so boring that you sell it to them. When they're done, Bitcoin will go to $1 million in months. I'm with you on that. 70 G's cap available. You got to check the website. I also have a merch store as well, which could be found at merch.cryptonewsalerts.net. And Chandy is going to help me design some original caps and designs, which are going to be pretty lit as well. So shout out to her. But anyways, let's dive right into our Bitcoin technical analysis. Check out some of the charts where the Bitcoin price action is likely to take us next. Headline reads, Bitcoin price gets interesting as triple candle close sees now 62,000 return. I'm also going to pull up some of the live charts, so stay tuned. So here we go. Bitcoin upped its volatility June 30th. Final day of the month as traders prepared for an interesting Bitcoin price move. Look at that green sexy candle on the 1-hour chart. Trading View showed Bitcoin hitting now above 62,000 on Bitstamp after recovering from roughly that 59,000 mark the other day. And quoting Dan Crypto Trades, 500 million plus in bids were placed below the price, but mostly pulled, and open interest is going up. Doubt we'll get our usual weekend price action as mentioned. Quite a lot of the action, relatively speaking, end of the quarter usually causes some interesting moves. So there you go, yo. And the latest data from CoinGlass showed 60,500 as the key downside liquidity level, with a cloud of bids extending towards 59.5. Liquidity to the upside shifted higher as the price headed beyond 61.6 on the day. So despite being down 2% week to date, Macau Van Day Pop shared the following: a pretty decent weekly candle for Bitcoin is approaching. I would expect the correction to be relatively over. We didn't get the most obvious deep corrections in the previous cycles either. And he makes a good point. The chart put the bottom for Bitcoin during the trip to 56.5 at the start of May. Quarter two performance overall remained weak, with Bitcoin down roughly 14%, with June responsible for roughly 9% losses. Now, trader delays a $95,000 Bitcoin price bet. That's right. Bitquant called time on his expectations for Bitcoin imminently hitting 95 G's, baby. Quoting him here. I was wrong predicting Bitcoin's local top at 49,000 because Bitcoin reached 48.9, not 49. I was wrong calling a top at 75,000 in January because first, Bitcoin never reached 75, but reversed to 74.6. And second, it only got there in March. I was wrong then, and I'm wrong now predicting Bitcoin at 95,000. Bitquant nonetheless argued that nothing has changed. It's all same fundamentally, and that at some point, Bitcoin would climb to that target of 95 G's, baby. And if you'd love to see Bitcoin climb to 95 G's, make some noise. I also wanted to share this as a bonus. Distribution of 21 million Bitcoin. This is what it looked like in like a chart, pie chart. So here we go. 17% of all the biddies are lost forever. Thanks, Satoshi, for putting that in the algorithm of Bitcoin, because that just means we all get a raise and our Bitcoins are going to be worth that much more. You can see Satoshi's wallet has 5.2% of the biddies. The miners have 3.4%, 6.6% yet to be mined. Government has 2.7%. Bitcoin ETFs already have close to 4%, and the corporations have 3.6%. The majority individual, that is us, family, where my Bitcoiners at, with those sexy laser eyes and diamond hands. Make some noise. And now let's pull up some of the live charts for the fam here. You're looking here at the 1 month. We're going to start here, and then we'll zoom in. They say when in doubt, just zoom out. So we're going to start with the zoom out. So here we go. You should be able to see clearly here. This is live and in the flesh. This is live chart action, family. This is the 1 month via TradingView via Coinbase. We're sitting just at that 62,000 level on the exchange right now, and the indicators you see below the chart is the RSI. And then we have the MACD. And so, yeah, and is looking pretty bullish to me. A great stairways, little correction, stairways, little correction. Yeah, I mean, stairways, but overall, very bullish chart. Let's zoom into the 1 week right here. And we also have some targets going on. We have in the green there, you see a bullish pennant that is sitting at roughly the 88,000 mark. And then we have a target all the way sitting at 106,000, which would take us to six figures. Remember, family, when we hit six figures, we're going to be celebrating Bitcoin Fiesta, six-figure style here in Puerto Rico. Y'all invited. Make sure to join the Discord, discord.cryptonewsalerts.net, as we have a channel set up called Bitcoin 100K Fiesta, and I'm looking forward to meeting you and the rest of the fam. Let's zoom in a little more. That is the 1 week. Let's look at the 1 day. Bada boom, bada bing. This is the 1 day. A lot of action Jackson occurring here. We do have the bullish pennant target also at 106 on this 1 day chart. We also have a red target sitting at 73-ish. And then we do have some lower targets, one at 53 and also one at 47. Again, that's the daily chart. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Let's check out the 4-hour chart, one of my faves. And we got a lot of action here too. We do have a target all the way sitting at 73.5, which would take us back on the cusp of price discovery. And we do have a target to the bottom at 58.6. And again, this is the 4-hour chart. We're also going to check out the 1 hour. Check this out. And we're rising and ascending, so it's a good sign. We do have some green candles here, but we do have a bottom target sitting all the way down at 58.6. But let me know your thoughts, fam. Where do you feel the Bitcoin price action is likely to take us next entering July? Where do you feel the monthly close will be at? Holla at your boy. I'm going to read as many of these comments out loud as I can, and welcome everyone just joining the stream. Let's celebrate 60 G's, baby.
Not for the weirdo, Kit Kat, kitty cat, a kitty cat. I'm for stacking the sats, stack the sats.
Let's go. Bitcoin exchange reserves at an all-time low. Minor capitulation is eased, but the hash rate has dropped ahead of the Bitcoin price. Bring it. They say Visa cards, they can attach. JB explained it better. You can buy cars at some places where I live in Arkansas with Bitcoin right now. Many things. Yeah, some dealerships straight up accept Bitcoin. I know some of the higher end dealerships such as Ferrari. Who wouldn't want a new Rari? Just saying. And also there's services where you can purchase things virtually in Bitcoin. For example, like OpenNode is a Bitcoin payment processor. So if any of the businesses is using a merchant such as OpenNode, then theoretically you can pay with your Bitcoin, and then the person receiving it can convert that through OpenNode directly into dollars if that's what they prefer, or vice versa. If someone is a vendor, you're running a business, you can have like OpenNode. Just one example. There's a lot of competition. There's Strike and other services available as well. But just using OpenNode as an example, if you're a business owner and you want to accept Bitcoin, then someone can pay in Bitcoin. And you can convert half of the transaction into fiat, half into Bitcoin if you got to pay the bills, or vice versa. You can literally have a customer pay with dollars and you can receive Bitcoin. And obviously there's a convenience fee. It's a merchant, so it may be 1 or 2% or something like that. But there's a lot of possibilities right now with Bitcoin adoption and purchasing things. We got to keep it up. Let's keep it up then, yo. 69 G's, send it. I'm so ready. Bitcoin better be at 73 this week. Why not, Sergio? Send it. We need a God candle already. Watching JV on the 75-inch TV. Shout out Eric Castro. Appreciate you, brother. Next up, Puerto Rico. That's right, Serge. You leaving tomorrow, or is it the 2nd? I know it's around the corner for you. Today, buy the tickets for the Bitcoin conference. They discounted nearly $150 or more for paying with Bitcoin. That's how it should be. They should incentivize people to use Bitcoin with retail. And then you get a discount and more people will pay with Bitcoin, just as you were able to do for the conference. That's what's up. Getting paid to watch CNA. That's the ultimate hack in life. DJ Polarizer. Shout out to you, family. Appreciate it. Scan QR. What it do, brother? Welcome to the stream. 65, 66. We'll make them scream.
Ain't no thing, baby. It's a chance to stack those sats. Chance to stack those big T's.
Surprised to see Bitcoin pumping on a Sunday, usually flat or down. Maybe good things are coming this week. Guess what? Nipsey nailed it again. I told you, the Nipinator indicator, 99.9% accuracy. Yesterday, he had his paws up and they were stuck there for 15 minutes. I said, if that's not a buy signal, I don't know what is. Lo and behold, Nipsey was right. So show Nipsey some respect. And for Christ's sake, respect the pump. A Corvette CR1 is my future. Has anyone else had a connection issues with Bitcoin? I have an issue of not being able to receive SMS. No, I haven't experienced anything. Nipinator needs a meme coin. I mean on Coinbase. Thanks for the clarification there. If anyone's having difficulty with Coinbase, let us know. We'll make it a currency that is used by everybody. There you go. July should be a good month for the biddies. Amen to that. But anyways, fam, if you're just joining us, welcome to the stream. We got a lot to share. Please do repost this on X and spread the word. It's greatly appreciated. But let's dive into our next story of the day, We're going to be discussing Bitcoin ATMs. Headline reads, number of the crypto ATMs installed nears its all-time record. How many of you have actually used a Bitcoin ATM? Let me know. So yeah, the ATMs for crypto installed worldwide spiked almost 18% to 38,279 over the past year, inching closer to its record 39,541 set in December of 2022. I see them everywhere. Here in Puerto Rico, most of the gas stations have Bitcoin ATMs now, just FYI. And as of 2024, there have been 2,500 new crypto ATMs installed, indicating a positive trend compared to the net loss of 2,800 machines last year, according to Coin ATM Radar. The tally increased every month between July of 2023 and May of 2024. Installations from May to June fell by 115, but June rebounded strongly with a net increase of 377. Bitcoin Depot, CoinFlip, and Athena Bitcoin are the leading crypto ATM operators with 7,500 and 5,000 and 2,700 machines, respectively, as you can see here, leading the charts. Bitcoin Depot, CoinFlip, Athena, Bitstop. It looks like Rocket Coin, CoinHub, Margo, and the rest of them. So yeah, Bitcoin is by far the most popular crypto transacted with, while Bitcoin Cash, Ether, and Litecoin also feature prominently. More than 82% of the world's crypto ATMs are in the United States. So the USA is dominating with the ATMs, while Canada comes in second at 7.7%, while Australia Australia, shout out to my Aussies, have seen a surge in installations, increasing nearly 17-fold to 1,100 machines over the last 2 years. That's a win. At the current installation rate, Australia is well positioned to surpass Europe's 1,584 ATMs. Other countries with significant crypto installations include Spain with 313, Poland 279, El Salvador 215. And I heard if you use an ATM in El Salvador, there are no fees. Bukele made sure to make it free, which is even that much cooler. Poland 211, Germany 177, and Hong Kong 169. Now, considering how small the island of Hong Kong is, that's pretty significant. And the same with El Salvador. Now, Romania, Georgia, Switzerland, Austria, New Zealand are the other countries with more than 100 ATMs. And amongst the 193 United Nations recognized countries worldwide, 72 of them host a crypto ATM. Now, between December 2022 and July 2023, installations experienced a significant net decline, reaching an 18-month low of 72,700, probably due to the bearish winter family. Now, Coin ATM Radar's data suggests crypto ATM manufacturer BitAccess contributed to the fall, with its net installations falling 26% from 9,100 in August of 2022 to 6,700 in January 2024. However, it managed to increase its net installations by 1,200 machines since then. So there you have it, fam. Let me know how many of you have used Bitcoin ATMs, crypto ATMs. Holla. I'm going to read this out loud. There's a Bitcoin ATM right at my house. Whoa, Nate. ATMs are too freaking expensive. Yeah, I would imagine the average fee is probably going to be 8 to 12%. More than likely, you're paying for a convenience fee. You got to keep in mind it's still a business. Someone is purchasing that machine. They're probably not cheap. It's going to run several thousands. I don't know the exact amount. And then they're trying to make some money by running that business. And how do they make money? On every transaction, they collect a fee. No different than the banks in that sense. So the only place I hear it's absolutely free is El Salvador. And if someone in El Salvador can verify that, let me know, family. I've used the ones here in Seattle, but the fees are crazy. The fees are way too high to use the ATM. Right on. We are family here, guys. Whatever, don't you use a Bitcoin ATM? The fees are just to the moon. We have ATMs here for Bitcoin. I heard the fees are high. Naturally. I think there is a year-only exemption here. The last 10 years were also hot, but now with the Green Party and the global warming stories, it's cool. I mean, I lost all my Bitcoin due to global warming. It must be real. And shout out to the Nippinator sunbathing. We may get another Nippinator indicator. Stay tuned. Shandy 10 Music. What does that say? It's a 10% premium. Right on. Yeah, I mean, 10%. You got to consider you may be able to transfer, your whatever. There's going to be a fee, but there may be no KYC. So you have to keep the pros and cons as well. And maybe a situation, it may be worth it. It depends upon your situation. So you got to keep that in mind as well. Now, I've never actually used a Bitcoin ATM because I agree. I don't want to pay a 10% fee. However, for convenience, in certain circumstances, I can totally see it. And I like to have that available option. You know what I mean? In my opinion. Then again, the fiat ATMs have high fees too. Exactly. You go to a gas station, you're going to get hit with a very high fee on an ATM. Typically, the only ATMs that are free if it's a ATM manufactured from your bank. So for example, here, the biggest bank on the island is Banco Popular. And I think if you use a Banco Popular ATM, it may be free. If you don't, you hit up a random gas station with a random ATM machine, you can get hit with 8, 10%, whatever it is. Convenience fee, family. Hit the like, you bunch of degens. Thanks for the reminder, JBZ.
You never heard about me with another coin. Bitcoin. On my mind on my Bitcoin. And my Bitcoin on my mind. 60 G's.
Yeah, like what if there was an emergency and you needed fiat and you have everything 100% in Bitcoin? You're like, crap. You know what I mean? You can just go to the ATM, convert some sats for some dollars in an emergency. Just saying, certain situation, you just never know. Exactly, Devon. Cash app fees for the biddies is usually around $300 above the spot price, sometimes more during the volatility. Appreciate the insights there. Great Condor. Bitcoin ATM pros win percentage. A Bitcoin Bitstamp weekly 3 hours ago is forming a bullish hammer. Send out the hammer. I would use it once for a photo op. There you go. Pump, just maybe for the experience. Pump it, Satoshi gang, where you at? Hodl gang, make some noise. But anyways, fam, let's continue. Still got a lot of news to share with the fam. The SEC's most recent lawsuit against Consensys, claiming the blockchain tech company acted as an unregistered securities broker via MetaMask. And how many of you have ever used MetaMask? Let me know. According to the recent court documents, the SEC says Consensys violated federal laws by failing to register with the regulatory agency as a securities broker. Quoting them here, since October 2020, Consensys has acted as an unregistered broker of crypto asset securities through MetaMask swap service. Since January 2023, Consensys engaged in unregistered offering of the sale of securities in the form of crypto asset staking programs. Obviously, the feds hate staking programs. They go after them all, I think, because it undermines the United States banking system, family, and acted as an unregistered broker through its MetaMask staking service. By its conduct as an unregistered broker, Consensys collected over $250 million in fees. Now, furthermore, the SEC alleges the Consensys engaged in the sales of securities for crypto staking protocols Lido and Rocket Pool, quoting them again. In addition to operating as an unregistered broker with respect to MetaMask swaps, Consensys performs another traditional function of the securities market, offering and selling securitized. Now, specifically, Consensys offered and sold tens of thousands of securities for two issuers. That was Lido and Rocket Pool. By this conduct, Consensys acts as an underwriter of those securities and participates in the key points of their distribution. Consensys responded to the lawsuit, saying the SEC is engaging in regulatory overreach to expand its power. Quoting Consensys, the SEC has been pursuing an anti-crypto agenda led by ad hoc enforcement action. Almost sounds like the Hawk Tour. Just saying. This is just the latest example of the regulatory overreach, a transparent attempt to redefine well-established legal standards and expand the SEC's jurisdiction via the lawsuit. We are confident in our position that the SEC has not been granted authority. Respect my authority. Remember y'all, Cartman, old school? Anyways, to regulate the software interfaces like the MetaMask, earlier in the year, the SEC sent Consensys a Wells notice after saying it was investigating whether the smart contract platform Ethereum was a security under its jurisdiction. However, Consensys said it received a notice that the regulatory agency ended its investigation into the firm earlier this month without taking any enforcement action, which ultimately seems they have gotten the green light from the SEC. Now, here's my two Satoshis. Consensys and the U.S. government have been working together for quite some time. Consensys is the company ultimately behind Ethereum and also MetaMask. And I know they've been colluding and working together for quite some time. So this may just be smoke and mirrors. Clearly, the regulators want Ethereum, or they wouldn't have just recently gave it the green light. I updated the fam yesterday here in the pod. We were anticipating that ETH ETF to go live before July 4th for Independence Day holiday. They were expecting it to be July 2nd, but the regulators, according to their comments, have pushed that back. So we're unlikely to get the ETH ETF this week, but more than likely later on in July. Let me know your thoughts on all that. I used it once to see what the fees are, insane, and won't use it again. Got my mind on my Bitcoin and my Bitcoin on my mind. GG is an unregistered security, and better said, an unregistered liability. Get that fraudster, that huckster, that flim-flam artist. You feel me?
Too many frauds and scams.
This clown's trying to take us down. What a guy. Wow, what a guy. Wow, what a guy.
Gary Gensler. JV said the Hawk Tua. You already know, Raven. What drives men crazy? Hawk Tua. Just spit on that thing. Just say I'm just repeating something I heard. I wouldn't know. Come on, let's freaking go. 100K already. Send it anonymous. It's that time. What's good, CNA fam? Shout out Tough T. And shout out GG. Gary G. Regulators.
And let me just say,
Guess who's back? Back again.
I'm just.
Gary's back. Tell a friend. Exactly. More like the regulators. You got that right, Yvonne. DJ Polarizer, you enjoying the stream, brother? Kathy Wood prefers Soul. I don't know about that, Laser Cat. She prefers the biddies. There's nothing like the real thing, baby. Coin Father, welcome back, brother. It's been a minute. Bitcoin Nashville 2024, only 24 days away. See you there, fan. Running the Bitcoin Veteran Citadel next to Breed Love and Mark Moss. Respect, family. I appreciate you sharing. F the no hair Gare. We need a new chair. Explain that Hawk Tua. No, thank you, Gigi. I have quite the confidence you know precisely what I'm talking about. Regulators! Shout out Nate. Gary G was on the streets trying to disapprove. We need a Bitcoin remix with regulators. That would actually be pretty lit. I thought this was a family friendly. It is family friendly, JC. It is family friendly. Soul over ETH, but Bitcoin first. JV, have you ever been? Oh my God. Come on now, Ronan. I am taking a cruise in September. I'll be in San Juan for the day. Can you help me score some bud? Absolutely not. I'm not trying to get arrested. Don't ever ask me something like that publicly. I will absolutely deny it and say no, because there's no way. You need a license to do anything legally with cannabis. I thought you knew that, family. You can get a license here very easily, just FYI. It's not hard. But anyways, maybe you may be better off asking a taxi cab. I'm not getting involved, that's for sure. I'm taking a cruise in September. I'll be in San Juan for one day. No. No. HODL Bitcoin, HODL. Cool washed my dishes and Bitcoin went up 200 what? Dollars? And then to the kitchen flow. It's a celebration. That's right. Look at that. 62.2. The Nippinator was right. You got to love that. Shout out Lock Sky. What it do, broski? What do we call those who treat fiat currency as a store of value, eh?
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
Nope. We hodl forever. I am not touching it. Why the ETH is centralized, the ledger can be rolled back. Unlimited supply and it's stakeable is all bad. Well said, family. Well said. But anyways, if you're just joining the stream, if you guys can repost this over on X, it's appreciated. And if you want to interact in the chat, I encourage you to visit the YouTube stream, as the comments are from the YouTube stream. It's cryptonewsalerts.net. That's the direct link. We appreciate that. But anyways, let's dive into our next story of the day. Julian Assange. This is actually a pretty cool little story. Now that he is a free man, here's what he believes about Bitcoin. Free speech champs across the world celebrated earlier this week. Free Assange. I still can't believe that they actually did it. I think this is a huge W for us freedompreneurs, family. During his more than a decade-long legal battle to escape persecution from multiple national governments, Assange often leaned on crypto to drive global fundraising campaigns to secure his freedom. A newly resurfaced video from years before Assange's arrest shows him praising crypto as a powerful tool for freedom. That's right, going back to September of 2014. Clip shared by MicroStrategy Executive Chair Mikey Saylor. Assange calls Bitcoin the most interesting intellectual development on the internet. I'm going to repeat that. The most interesting intellectual development on the internet since the network's inception in 2009, quoting him more so here. A lot of the people who have heard about Bitcoin don't really understand it. He said, it is a currency that cryptographically backed and multi-jurisdictional, which means it is very hard for any one power group to start turning it into a rent-seeking apparatus. Now, years after that speech, countries like El Salvador, shout out El Salvador, and companies like Strike have begun leveraging the biddies as a tool for sending and receiving cheap, instant global remittances. Moreover, Bitcoin and crypto have become leading tools for easily funding global humanitarian movements, including Ukraine's military defense against Russia or Israel's support for victims of Hamas. Yet, this isn't even one of Bitcoin's primary benefits, according to Julian. One of the network's best qualities, he said, is the ability to defend itself or the people who use it against even the full might of a superpower. That's right. So here you go. Another quote. The other underlying basic technology is proof of publication at a particular time, with Bitcoin blockchain operating a ledger of true events that cannot be altered, unlike Ethereum. He argued that the network can break Orwell's dictum, arguing that he who controls the present controls the past. And indeed, Bitcoin has been used repeatedly as a tool for bypassing sanctions placed by national governments, for better or for worse. In 2022, the Canadian trucker convoy protested nationwide vaccine mandates and turned to Bitcoin to raise funds when traditional payment platforms like GoFundMe blocked donations, as well as PayPal. So F the two of them and let's go biddies. Now, Julian himself turned to crypto for funding after being jailed in the UK, including over 50 54 million in ETH through the Assange DAO. That's right. Check it. That's a big expansion we're about to see in the biddies. It all drives a form of basic premise, he concluded. You can prove a particular contract happened at a particular time globally. All hail the time chain, and which is now referred to as the blockchain. So there you have it. Crypto fam, I think it's brilliant. And of course, if he didn't have Bitcoin, he wouldn't have been able to raise all of that money. So imagine if Bitcoin didn't exist and we were at the mercy of these corrupt government-controlled payment processors like a PayPal or crap like that. Jesus Christ. JC, it was a bid to get the libertarian vote from DJT. This is the only reason Biden's handler agreed to let Assange go. Oh, wow. So you're referring to Trump there, a vote back from Trump. Good insights there. This is not financial advice. Thanks for the reminder and the disclaimer. This entire show and all the content in it, including the chat, is for entertainment purposes only. Appreciate that. That's awesome to raise the money on the blockchain. Amen. Because they can't stop it. Just like a great example we just referenced was that trucker convoy in freaking Canada. You know what I mean? They were anti-vaccine, and unfortunately the forces of evil is pushing that down our throats, unfortunately, which is inhumane. And if we didn't have Bitcoin, they wouldn't have been able to raise money. So Bitcoin for the win. Where's Julian's 350,000 Bitcoin bag? He lost it due to global warming. Greg, Bitcoin fans, the Lightning Network build-outs are happening quietly at an epic pace. Second transaction with the lowest fees. Oh, try the ETH gas fees. Freaking go. That's what's up. Will Bitcoin go to 0 or 1 million? Fantastic question.
If it's not going to 0, it's going to 1 million. It's either nothing, right? If it's nothing, then it's getting scrubbed out and banned. And of course, we now know that it's not getting banned.
Tell him, Mikey. And that's right. If you're just joining us, the greatest way you can support the stream, the channel, and the Bitcoin movement, simply smash the like. It takes 2 seconds. The only reason that someone shouldn't hit the like button is because you're tuned in, but you're not signed in. And it's impossible for you to hit the like until you're signed in. And if that's the case, for Christ's sake, sign in. That way you can interact with the chat and have fun with us here. That's what this is all about, family. You're not bullish enough. 7 zeros.
Now, we all know Bitcoin is the best asset.
Agreed.
You agree?
I'm a big time ball player. I'm telling my agent to negotiate all my deals and biddies, and it is non-negotiable. They not like us. Bitcoin to the freaking moon, baby. Love to hear that, Judson. Let's get it. Anyways, fam, we still got a lot more to share. So let's dive into our next story of the day, eh? The latest with Michael Dell, the 14th wealthiest man on paper in the world. Massive company sitting on billions of dollars. Don't want to be losing those dollars like a melting ice cube. Is he already in Bitcoin? Is he mass buying as we speak? Let's discuss it. The headline reads, Michael Dell is seriously considering Bitcoin. Here's new proof. Also, he shared that poll I'm going to share in a second. This was another headline. Billionaire Michael Dell and Michael Saylor exchanged dialogue on Bitcoin. And in fact, Michael Dell actually posted the meme of the Cookie Monster going ham, eating the biddies. If that's not a sign, I don't know what is, yo. And he also shared this poll, the most important thing. And 43% of you said Bitcoin. 39% of you said love and relationships. So that means Bitcoin is more important than love and relationships. Take that. 8% said none of the above. I find this very interesting. And this was out of 650,000 votes. Shout out Michael Dell. Anyways, here's a little deeper into the story. Dell was seen asking his followers through the poll, which I just shared, what's most important. He named the 4 key things, including AI, Bitcoin, love and relationships. And clearly, everyone said Bitcoin, which is very interesting, the most important thing. Now, featuring Bitcoin on the list of options suggests that Dell may actually be getting more interested in the biddies. This comes only a few days after MicroStrategy founder Mikey Saylor tried to tout Bitcoin to the businessmen. Now, a week ago, Dell tweeted about the value of scarcity, which prompted a response from Saylor, who emphasized Bitcoin is digital scarcity. He later reposted Saylor's comment and shared a meme featuring Sesame Street, Cookie Monster with the biddies. This further fueled discussions on social media about the possibility of more profound interest in digital currencies. Dell's X post suggests possible alignment with the idea of Bitcoin as a valuable asset due to the limited nature. While his post had a playful tone, it did not fail to raise questions on the hearts of crypto members about Dell's possibly newfound interest. It's also worth noting that several institutional investors are gradually adopting a Bitcoin strategy. Even Dell Technologies once adopted Bitcoin as a payment for means at 2014. I didn't even know that. However, in 2017, low demand forced the company to cease the Bitcoin payments. The digital asset industry has seen a higher Bitcoin demand, evident in the launch of the spot Bitcoin ETF, which officially went live this year, January 11th. We're approaching 6 months. This revival in demand may cause Dell Technologies to venture into investing into Bitcoin once again. Now, I also recently heard, family, that there was just a massive sell of Dell stock for like $1.5 billion. If this is true, that may mean that $1.5 billion may be going right into Bitcoin. Also, there's rumors. We don't know. It's all speculation at this point. But Mr. 100 started accumulating Bitcoin again after quieting down for a little bit. And some people are believing that can be Michael Dell. But what are your two thoughts, family? And what would that do if another major company was able to buy billions of dollars of Bitcoin and put it on the balance sheet as a strategic reserve asset? Because otherwise, it's going to be burning hundreds of millions per year. If you run the math with how much capital, how much dry powder that Dell has access to, right? What's the greatest vehicle to park that capital in to maintain its value? Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. There is no second best. And I'll leave you at that. Shout out YD1983. What it do? We all know the U.S. needs a treatment for its diseases, but does everyone know Canada is in need of help like us? That's all I meant. Word up, Shandy. Coinfather, I want to be a billionaire. So freaking bad. Because middle class and higher will be millionaires soon with the endless money printer. Maybe Sleepy Joe was projecting into the future when he said there's 1,000 trillionaires during the debate. Maybe he foresees the future. Maybe he's a prophet. Like, I digress. But wasn't that hilarious during the debate? Well, there's 1,000 trillionaires. And Trump just gave him that look. 1,000 trillionaires, Joe. 1,000. Barack, shout out Barack. Greatly appreciate the support, broski, with the super. Let's freaking go. 60 G's, baby. Amen. Drain the swamp. Yeah, after we visit 35. Oh, no. I don't see that happening, but we can all dream.
60 G's, a buying opportunity. Bitcoin.
Welcome, Jay. What it do? Shout out Molly and the rest of the fam.
But I don't sweat it because it's just pathetic to let it get me involved in that sell on the dip crowd, sell on the dip crowd, dip sell, dope sell, no Bitcoin sell. I'm no sellout. Bitcoin. Roger out, Roger out.
Roger out. Anyways, fam, we're about to dive into our feature story of the day, so please make some noise. We still got at least another hour streaming here live and in the flesh. If everyone can go over on X right now, for those of you on X at least, and repost this really quick, it only takes a second. You're going to notice we're live. There's 429 people there. Shout out Barack again. We appreciate the super, and just hit the heart button. It's very simple to do, and then hit the retweet button. And if you don't want to do a custom quote, and you're lazy as I am, you just hit repost. Bada boom, bada bing, repost. If 420 of you repost this, we'll have 800 within the next 20 minutes, 10 minutes on X, and it's greatly appreciated. Shout out to the Rumble fam as well. We're streaming on 3 platforms right now, Rumble, X, and YouTube. We greatly appreciate each and every one of y'all. Let's freaking go. Scan what it do. Speak it into existence. Love that, JV. Let's speak 100 G's into existence, because that's what we do. We the Bitcoin alchemists, right? We the Bitcoin alchemists, and that's how alchemy works. It's not just Dell's, Michael. There are many other corporations putting Bitcoin on the balance sheet. I predict the central banks either secretly will or put Bitcoin on their books too. If they're smart enough, they will, 100%. Smash the likes and subscribe. Yeah, I think their strategy, the U.S. government, is overreaching on exchanges and ultimately shaking them down, which ultimately means extorting them and getting all this crypto, because they love to do it that way. I mean, that's why they keep increasing the size of the SEC and their enforcement actions. And also, you got to keep in mind that the U.S. government is one and the same with BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager. And BlackRock is massively stagnant in BTCs. In less than 6 months, they have accumulated more Bitcoin than MicroStrategy, which took them 4 years to achieve. So this may be a strategy as well for the United States government to confiscate all this Bitcoin ETF BTC, right? And then they can do that in the name of national security. And then all of a sudden the U.S. government has all this Bitcoin. But hey, I'm just a conspiracy theorist. What are your thoughts? Let me know. And welcome everyone just joining the stream. The El Salvador hat is sweet. Thank you. It's my favorite one, hands down. I'm going to be rocking this with great pride. Repping Bitcoin country. How we do, you already know. But anyways, fam, now for our feature story of the day, let's discuss the latest with what's happening from rich dad Robert Kiyosaki. He cautions against Bitcoin ETFs, prefers owning real Bitcoin, and I couldn't agree more with that. And a quick shout out to Chandy. It looks like she just hooked up, you guys. 5 memberships have just been gifted on behalf of the creator of the greatest Bitcoin music of all time. Just saying. So yeah, shout out Jason Jones, shout out YD1983, shout out Born to Code, Matt Baker, Ryan Nelson, and the rest of the fam who have just been hooked up with the MicroStrategy membership of the channel. On behalf of Chandy, and please subscribe to her channel, is Chandy10 Music. She just smashed 10,000 subscribers today. I'm very proud of her, and she's on her way to 20,000 subs. Let's make it happen, and let's get right back into the action, shall we? So yeah, let's break down the latest from Rich Dad, shall we? Robert Kiyosaki explained on X why he does not invest in Bitcoin ETFs, stating that he avoids them for the same reason he does not buy gold or silver ETFs. Here's what he shared. ETFs are fake gold, silver, or Bitcoin. So he's ultimately calling the Bitcoin ETF fake Bitcoin. And I agree with him 100%. I was going to say sampling him here, quoting him here. For example, a gold ETF can sell 1 ounce of gold 100 times and more via one ETF. Derivatives, fam. Derivatives are weapons, financial weapons of mass destruction. That is why I own real gold, silver, and the real Bitcoin and keep them very safe away from banks and Wall Street bankers. Sage advice. If you're not self-custodying your biddies, they can be confiscated. You need to be aware of that, family. And that goes for Bitcoin on an exchange, Bitcoin in an ETF, nacho keys, nacho cheese, big dog. Kiyosaki has been vocal about his distrust of the Biden administration. Yeah, nobody trusts that mofo. The Federal Reserve, the Treasury, and the Wall Street bankers. Down with the bankers. He frequently criticizes these institutions for practices he believes harm the financial well-being of the average person. Moreover, he accuses Wall Street bankers of prioritizing their profits over the interest of ordinary investors. Facts, facts, facts. In April, Rich Dad similarly explained why he won't buy Bitcoin ETFs, even as the spot Bitcoin ETFs become a hot asset with significant inflows following the approval of the U.S. SEC ETFs there, yo. Recently, the renowned investor disclosed that he purchased 60 biddies at $6,000 each, which means he's up, what, 10x from those investments on the 60 Bitcoins? Well done. And he also says he continues to stack the biddies every month. Despite Bitcoin crash, and he remains committed to holding his investment, following the strategy of Berkshire Hathaway CEO Warren Buffett, which focuses on buying and holding assets. Now, Kiyosaki believes Bitcoin is the easiest way to become a millionaire, previously predicting the price to reach $350,000 per biddy by August this year, family, right around the corner. He consistently urged investors to buy the biddies before the price surges, expressing frustration over hearing lame excuses from people when he recommends Bitcoin to them. You've all heard these lame excuses, haven't you? Anyways, I'm going to read to you the actual thread of the tweet he shared on June 5th, where he discusses this massive prediction. This is quoting Rich Dad Robert Kiyosaki, verbatim, word for word. Bitcoin will be $350,000 by August 25th, 2024. It's not a lie. Now, I respect the fact he gives an exact date. He says August 25th, we'll hit 350. It is a prediction. It's speculation. It's an opinion, but it is not a lie. It is a sucker's bait, but it is not a lie, because any prediction about the future is not a lie. I want $350,000 Bitcoin to be a fact, and I want it to be true, but it is only a prediction. I am confident Bitcoin will hit $350,000 sometime in 2024, but it is only a target, a dream, and and a wish. I keep buying more Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Now, this is the first time I saw Rich Dad actually announce he was buying other crypto assets besides Bitcoin. So for the first time, he says, I keep buying more Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana because quite certain their prices will continue to rise. Why am I so confident? It is because I am certain about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. My answer is no. What I'm confident of is the incompetence of our leaders, President Stinky Pants Biden, Treasury Secretary Yellen, Miss Binance, and Fed Chair Jay Powell. Those are the three stooges in real life. And I am certain, I am very confident about their incompetence. Take care. Buy more gold, silver, Bitcoin, Solana, and Ethereum. Protect yourself from the three stooges. So there you have it, family. Shout out Rich Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. I'm a fan, but I disagree. I'm not all down with this, some of the other things he references, keeping it 100. Personally, I love what he talks about with Bitcoin, but regarding some of the other stuff, I have no interest in, but that's just me. Teach their own. I don't judge, but I wish him all the success in the world. I've been following Rich Dad since I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad as I was a young entrepreneur, and I have a lot of respect for him, so shout out Rich Dad. Let me know your thoughts regarding his very bullish and bold price prediction of 350 G's by August. What do you say, August 24th of this year? That's right around the corner, family. Let me know. I'm going to read the comments out loud. Matt Chandy, you're a legend. Thanks for the subscription. I only realized yesterday I lost my star, but couldn't sub again while live. Scan says, Hodl Life, where you at? Kiyosaki owns gold and did not understand that the price of gold is made with the paper gold. Well, you got to keep in mind, he's been a gold investor for like decades, because back when I used to read his books, it was gold, gold, gold. But this was even before Bitcoin existed, before Bitcoin was on the radar. So he's always been bullish to gold, but I agree with that sentiment. Gold is heavily, obviously, manipulated. JP Morgan Chase has paid fines north of $900 million for spoofing precious metal markets. They can control the supply. And if the government, regulators, whomever has control over the supply, you're never going to see true price discovery. Only Bitcoin, which has a finite limited supply, will you ever see true price discovery, because there's true scarcity. You can never print more than the 21 million, right? Written in the code. Whereas with gold, they want to, bring down the value of gold so don't undermine the value of the dollar or the legacy banking system for the central banking cartels. They just find more in the earth. Maybe there's infinite gold for all we know. Who knows? Just saying, family. This kid got Binance 100. Binance. I like Rich Dad. Me too. Respect to the Rich Dad. JV, been watching you for a while, keeping the good work. You're my nighty view. I appreciate my nighty news. Respect, family. Shout out, Serge. Appreciate you, brother. Like crypto isn't manipulated. Everything's manipulated to a degree. Don't get it twisted. But precious metals are heavily manipulated, and JP Morgan Chase alone has paid billions upon billions and billions of dollars in fines over the years, specifically for manipulating gold and precious metal prices. You can look that up. That's like, you know what I mean? News stories left and right. In fact, there was a song made about it with Jamie Dimon. This is the jam.
Bitcoin, etc. You pointed out the only true use case for it is criminals.
If you actually watch the music video that was made for that song, you'll see all the articles referenced for Jamie Dimon, JP Morgan Chase, $900 million fine, this fine, this fine. They're corrupt as a mofo. So with Bitcoin, is Larry Fink, Mr. Lawrence Fink, CEO of BlackRock, probably doing something we don't want to happen, such as manipulating stuff in such a way? Absolutely. However, there's levels to this ish, fam. There's levels, and there's a devil at every level, and Bitcoin will conquer all the devils at every level. Mark my words. Just saying. The real inflation rate from the beginning of the Biden presidency is 22.3%. The inflation rate of the Great Depression was 20%. We're in a depression. Amen. Yet, what do they tell you in the lamestream? We got inflation under control at 2.7%. We're doing so great. Criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance.
Drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance, criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance.
It's the largest corporate fine at the time. You know what we doing. What do we call those who hodl fiat?
People. that use fiat.
What do we call them, folks? Don't be shy.
Currency as a store of value.
Tell me, what do we call them?
We call them poor. We call them poor.
Bada boom, bada bing. Nailed it. IBIT is the only Bitcoin ETF that has yet to have an outflow. There's a devil at every level. So true. I keep my ledger with $4.20, happy 420 of USDC, $5 gold necklaces in case the feds come knocking. Be prepared. Preach. Cheers, Molly. BlackRock can only delay a cycle into the next, and they're not even more compelling argument for the long-term holiday. Yeah, keep this in mind, family. Before we had institutions and what's happening with ETFs, previous cycle, November of 2021, we hit the all-time high. That was purely driven by retail. Purely zero institutional FOMO whatsoever. Thus far, the current all-time high we recently reached mid-March, 73.8. This is due to the institutions. What's going to happen when we climax? I love that word. When we climax and there's a supply shock, there's a demand shock simultaneously at the same time, which is more likely going to be sometime towards the end of this year, Bitcoin's going to rip. Next leg up, 6 figures. Will Kiyosaki's 350,000 target come into fruition? Let's find out.
People that use fiat.
BlackRock FUD, tell me to sell. The reverse Kramer, you nailed it.
Currency, we call them poor. We call them poor.
So here's what we're going to do. I want to start keeping the YouTube streams a little shorter. I don't want them to be so long as they always are. So we're going to end the YouTube stream, but we're going to continue for like an hour with the extended uncensored version, just so I can say anything I want. I don't like having a leash on me. I got to be like, can I say that on the YouTube? Are they going to shadow ban me again for eternity? They're going to cancel JV again for like the 10th time. You know what I mean? So please support us over on Rumble. And if you're on X, you're golden as well. The stream will continue on X and we will continue on Rumble. But if you're on YouTube, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the frick out of here. Just saying, family. So let's go. Rumble time.
Hey, someone, give me the time. Did I hear someone say that it's rummy rumble time? Bitty bitty up at 58.
Let me know when the YouTube stream is officially over on your end, so I know for sure, and that way I can play some music and all that fun stuff.
Rumble time, let's go see it there. It's such a great show. We'll talk about what we want without care. Let's say bye 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 to you two. Run, don't walk. We love our
YouTube stream should be ending any moment.
Go over to Rumble, don't stumble.
But you gotta get the frick out of here. Just saying. So head on over to Rumble. It's rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. Again, rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. And let's continue with the uncensored version of the pod. Let's go. Couldn't be more happy right now, yo. This is like
YouTube time is all in the past. For today, anyway. Now we're heading over to chat with our family at the Daily Rumble Party. Hurry on over so we can freestyle chat. We'll get there fast, then we'll take it slow. We'll talk to JV, light some sage, and get on a roll. Let's go say what we want to say and play. I love to play. This is the best part of my day. Rumble time. It's Crypto News Alerts, uncensored fun time. Rumble time is party time. It's not censor time. It's free speaking time. No thought or speech censoring, just free speech.